YouTube, what's up? Today is Memorial Day, so happy Memorial's Day. You know, I serve, so I do have a few people who unfortunately did not come home from service. So rest in peace to those people that I did serve with in the U.S. Navy. Today I want to move into having the potential, having the talent, and it still not being enough. Just because you have the talent and the potential to do great things, to do big things, do not mean that that's going to translate for you without you putting in the consistency. So today I want to kind of talk about mindset and the difference between liquid millionaires and paper millionaires. I was doing some research on this topic the other day, and the numbers definitely, this really stood out to me because I couldn't, really believe in myself. So just to give some background knowledge on the actual topic. So there are about 24 million paper millionaires in the country, and about 5.5 to 7.9 millionaires in the country. And basically what this means is that the paper millionaires are house rich and cash poor, and the liquid millionaires are they have liquid wealth. That means everything can be readily accessible, sold, or borrowed against. And what that means is that a lot of people don't want to necessarily think outside the box to get over this hill. The hill that keeps everyone working for 30 to 40 to 50 years, and now having people to actually never be able to retire. And a lot of people, I hear like it's not about money per se. Honestly, this is more so about being able to unlearn systems and relearn them a creative way. Talent at a job, let's just say you got a talent. Let's say you were a talented electrician. That's great, but that's not going to translate to money. It's going to translate to money from your job, but it's not going to translate to understanding that equity is dead equity. And I'm just reading again, I use AI to pull up a segment so I can talk about it on my videos. So let's just say, so the code of dead equity. The average person is taught that their home is their biggest investment. They work for 30 years to aggressively pay off a mortgage, trapping hundreds of thousands of dollars inside their walls that equity earns a 0% return and costs them money. And rising property taxes and insurance to access it, they have to pay thousands in closing costs or get a HELOC or a cash out refinance. I'm not saying nothing's wrong with that. I'm just saying that could be a way for some people. But what I'm saying is, if you just focus on having talent and the potential, that doesn't necessarily translate to financial knowledge and being able to be creative when it comes to finance. So now I'm finna break into like the mindset part, right? It's Monday. It's basically summertime in a lot of places. And it's a lot of people that's finna have fun. They finna to do everything that they did last summer. And next summer, they're gonna be in the same position or worse. It's a fact. The reason that's a fact is because only 2 to 3% of the country are liquid millionaires. So I find it so, and I'm not saying that it's all about the money. I'm saying it's about quality of life at this point. It's about the quality of life at this point. If you're going to do something for 30 years, wouldn't you want the most return for that amount of time invested? Like, I want the most amount of return. I want the best return on investment for my time. Time is a finite like thing that you have to like trade for money. So why not use that finite, tool, time, your time, to get the best, return on investment? And it's partially to mindset. A lot of people think like, man, bro, like, you don't be doing too much. You be in the crib. Someone today asked me like, man, when you gonna get a new car? A new car? Why would I get a new car? To drive where? I go to work. I'm in the crib trying to figure out like option strategies. I'm in the crib trying to figure out what's finna balloon so I can put some calls on it. What is a new car? What is the return on investment for me getting a car loan? And it's like, and it just further solidifies me understanding that having a wealth building mindset is more, it's an anomaly. And I'm 29, so I really thought people was trying to get money. Like, I really thought people was trying to do better with this. So I didn't know that, no, you really one of them. And I'm telling like anyone who watch my videos and like, again, you like hear something I say and you like, man, like, what is he saying? If you are actually trying to build wealth, a lot of people just talk about it. If you not going out, if you not drinking, not smoking, if you are renting, or if you got a mortgage, whatever, and you're actually using that leftover money to invest in something to get a return on it, and you in the gym taking care of your health, you are basically a Bigfoot. You just a rare anomaly at this point. And I want everyone who is doing all of that stuff to tap in. I'm thinking about doing some gym videos, you know what I'm saying? Maybe do like, a 1 to 2 minute gym video and then go into a talk. And you know what I'm saying? Cause I do like 2 miles. I go to the gym. I do like a sub 8 mile in and a sub 8 mile going out. And I just, like I said, I need people to tune in with this because somebody needs to I need a community of people that's going to hold people accountable. So, because eventually I do want to, have in person, like way further down the line, like, you know what I'm saying? I want to have like, a community of people where we can lock in with each other online, and for people that's in the same cities, or if I come to a certain city, we lock in it and just share ideas and share, whatever is going on. Keep people locked into the gym. Hey, I did this today at the, like, cause I see a lot of destructive stuff. Like people like negative and destructive things to like get into. But if y'all knew that it's people that if I can make it to where people understand that, again, you got the potential and talent. Now let's funnel it. Let's channel it into what you should be focused on. Let's get you to understand that you can borrow against assets, and understand that once you get assets to borrow against, then you got the cash flow. Now you can make bigger moves. You able to, I'm not, again, I prefer borrowing against my stocks personally, but if you had a pay off, like I know some, this is just some kind of, like I said, I kind of go into a bunch of things. I seen someone with a paid off house trying to sell it from their parents. I'm like, man, you can borrow against that. Like, you got the house, you can borrow against it. What are you doing? You got some cash flow. If what's the whatever you borrow that money at, you don't think you can do something else to get a better return with the money that you borrowed against it? Nah, they just trying to like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying that you need to like tell, but if you are at the beginning levels of wealth building, you have to have some input, or at least, and that's where I'm gonna come in at. Like, for the most part right now at this level of my platform, I don't mind just giving people advice, telling them what I do. Eventually I will set up, mentoring calls type things. But if you got a high paying job, you can build wealth. You got the talent, you got the potential. You just got to understand that in order to, you're going to have to do everything different. You're going to have to unlearn every single thing that you're doing. And you're going to have to sacrifice days. You're going to have to sacrifice going out. You're not going to be able to go out. You're not going to be able to spend money on clothes. No new shoes. I'm telling you right now, if you want to get a lot of money in assets, preferably assets, you're going to have to give up time. And I'm telling you right now, it's the best thing I ever did. It's the best thing I ever did, because now I'm in a position where I can quarterback everything. I don't have to run and rush. I can quarterback everything and make decisions based on what is not going to cause me unnecessary stress, unnecessary risk, and put me in a situation where I lose a lot of capital or become paycheck to paycheck. You gotta check off things that you don't want ever for you to, like, hey, like, if I break my leg, like the absolute worst things, and then right after that happens, oh well, nah, this can't never happen. So I gotta make sure I build up a reservoir so this can never happen. And that's the whole thing with that, man. Like I said, it's only 2 to 3% of the population are liquid millionaires. It's 330 plus million people here. And I keep trying to tell people, you're not going to be able to bridge that gap with just talent and potential. You're not. It's not going to be from a job. You're not going to get rich from a job. I'm not here preaching jobs. I'm here preaching creative financial. Once you understand, okay, I need to figure out a way to get as much money into an asset, different assets, learn how to leverage my assets that I own free and clear, and be able to use those to funnel into more assets to get more assets free and clear, and repeat, rinse, repeat, and keep doing that until you got a portfolio of whatever different assets you want. That's the main thing I'm trying to push right now. So happy Memorial Day. You know what I'm saying? Just want to get that out there one more time. It's been a few days since I made a video. I plan on dropping a video a day this week, talking about just how I'm feeling. Like, I'm gonna go into some personal stuff with me, and you know what I'm saying, I got some big stuff coming up with my own life, so I'm slowly trying to just put myself out there so people can, you know what I'm saying, just tap in and stuff like that. Like, so that's what we doing. So next, see y'all on this next video, YouTube.